Welcome to the Wealth Conversation, proudly brought to you by Alliance Employee Benefits. I'm Kananelo, and if you ever thought I should probably know more about money, then this is the podcast just for you. I'm not the financial expert in the room, but I'm the curious one. Each episode, we'll be asking the questions about investing, insurance, retirement, and building wealth, so that together we can make better financial decisions. Let's start the conversation. We just wrapped our first webinar of the year, Global War Impact on Long-Term Investments. Today, we sit with the moderator of the webinar, Seoli Tseuoa, Investment Manager at Alliance Insurance. Welcome, Dade.
Hello, Maya. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for making time. I'm going to try to keep today's questions as basic as possible, because this needs to be a summary of a very thorough, very nuanced conversation. So you had the opportunity to moderate this session. I'd like to know from you, what stood out most from that conversation?
All right, thank you. So what stood out most for us is the understanding that our investors need sessions such as the one we had on a more regular basis, perhaps to unpack some of the issues that have impacted not only the economy, but their long-term investments. Also importantly was for us to bring together the investors and the professionals in one room to really understand the impact, in this case, of the Iran conflict and what it has done to the economy. We have noted that prices have gone up. Your energy prices, your food prices have gone up, and usually that then leads to prices being impacted on your investments. Stocks or share prices are usually impacted negatively, as well as your bond prices if there's a level of uncertainty and risk, and even an economic downturn that is expected. So really what stood out was that this was an important webinar. It was also important to understand how professionals view it versus us as normal investors.
I love that. I think for myself as well, as just an ordinary Mosotho that's curious and very motivated to build a better financial future, the conversation made sense. It was also really incredible because you got to moderate such an interesting panel of very experienced people within the financial sector. And I know a lot of people, when they hear investment and when they see the sort of speakers that we have, they usually panic. But I'd just like to hear from you. For the people that are going to watch the webinar back, is the content broken down as much as possible with the subject considered?
Yeah. If we had more time, I think we would have wanted to break it down even further for our investors at home.
Yes.
But for the topic really of the day, I think it was also important to really speak the facts as they were, as the professionals would see them. It's also, whilst for me it's important to sort of speak things in a language that we all understand. It's also important that we do not dilute, if you will, the message. And the message was that markets have really tanked, if that's the right word, for South African markets especially, whilst other markets in the US, in Asia, have remained quite resilient. So it was important for the professionals to really show us the value of diversification of a portfolio, how they view the risks, and also importantly that an investment is not or doesn't have to react always to the events of the day, but to have to have been planned from the setting up of the investment. You are right that some of our panelists have been in this for more than 30 years.
I saw that.
He did mention that we've been here before in terms of the risks that this war is bringing. And they importantly also showed that markets recover as quickly as they would have dropped in the first and even second year after the decline. We usually see accelerated growth. So it was important, I think, that our investors would have gotten at least the message, even if perhaps the details would have been a bit blurry for them. Yeah.
For them. Well, I hope that people listen and watch the recording, and if they have any comments, any questions, that they drop them in the comment section so that we find a way to get them more information and of course more educated. As we wrap this up, I would just like to hear your closing thoughts. What is one message or one particular takeaway that you hope people remember about investing for the long term?
It's in your sentence really. It's investing for the long term. We've had wars before. In fact, the Russia war is still raging as we speak. So these end up becoming short-term risks, which one might also turn into opportunities to invest more as prices decline. But the important message for investors, even from the professional side, is that we are in this for the long term. So this is just a short-term volatility or risk event. But remember that in the long run, markets always give good performance and return. And hopefully for our retirement portfolio investors, that they will still be able to retire comfortably with a long-term vision.
With a long-term vision. I absolutely love that. Thank you so much for listening to The Wealth Conversation, proudly brought to you by Alliance Employee Benefits.